One of the newer acts making a name in Vegas is Steve and Maria August. They combine animal magic with animal magnetism in a stage show that both slithers and sizzles.
The Secrets of Animal Magic with Lance Burton on Animal Planet.
Steve and Maria August have only been performing in Vegas for a few years, but their eclectic brand of magic is already captivating audiences. Their act offers something for everyone, with illusions, juggling, and an animal extravaganza. Let's hope that snake doesn't develop a crush on Steve.
When we use our reptiles, or mostly the snakes, in any of our illusions, it's more of a shock factor. I don't think the audience is expecting it. They know we're magicians, they expect the birds, they expect cats, they never expect the snakes.
Unlike the crowds, Steve and Maria August have a warm, fuzzy feeling for all the creatures in their menagerie. Stingers, pinchers, points and all.
These animals are not tools to me. These animals are my pets. I take an animal on, it is a commitment for life, and that's the way it's got to be.
But these are not just ordinary pets. The August home in suburban Las Vegas has become a kind of halfway house for wayward animals.
There's just so many animals out there that are just unwanted. One way of helping them, well, of course, they earn their living, they work for me, they do their jobs, and as a result, they get the best care I can possibly give them.
A parrot named Rika is a typical resident of the August Animal Sanctuary. When Steve first got her, she'd had some bad experiences and she was terrified of people.
So for 6 months to a year, I sat there, I couldn't get this bird to respond. And it's like, I knew she loved sunflower seeds, so I would try to offer it to her, she would run. Months and months went by, she started coming closer. One day, I was sitting at my desk, and my desk was on that side of the room, and the bird cage was over there, and all of a sudden I heard flutter, flutter of the wings, and she landed right on my shoulder. That was the bonding moment.
That's when Steve earned Rika's trust. And Rika, like all animals we use in our acts, have a lifetime of trust with us. We take care of them from the moment they're in our care. But the August reptiles and insects are even more likely to need their special brand of TLC than pets with fur or feathers.
We ended up with some of the creepy crawly animals by people that buy them and then they realize they can't really handle them. They're not, not as much fun as having a dog, a cat, or even a bird.
Right here, this is my biggest baby right now. She weighs a little bit over 100 pounds. She is a Burmese python. And as you can see, this guy is just a tremendous animal to have to carry.
Pythons are relatively harmless, unless you're a small mammal. And since the Augusts also keep small mammals, they make sure to house the predators well away from their potential dinner.
So now we go into the next snake. You'll notice how he's curled up in a ball? That's what he likes to do. They're ball pythons. When they're afraid, they curl up into a little ball. There's his little head peeking out. You can see just a little bit of the shed on the top of his head. He just shed 2 days ago. When the animals do shed, I don't use them in shows. It's a very uncomfortable time for them, so I just like to leave them alone.
Not all the August animals perform in the illusions. Maria uses some of them only for educational shows at schools and parties. And they'll do anything to get your attention.
This is Tribble. He's a chinchilla. This is normally an animal from South America. This is another animal we took in that was very sick and unwanted. He wound up at the vet's office, and our veterinarian called us and said, I have a chinchilla here, and they don't want to pay the bill, and he's really sick, so we paid the bill, took him in. He's healthy now. They should have a dust bath at least every other day. We do it every day. And now he's all sugar frosted looking. This is the African pygmy hedgehog, and you can see he's handleable even though he's spiky. If you handle them often, they won't roll up in a ball like that. I'm working on one new illusion right now, which is really an interesting experience. It involves 2 scorpions, and scorpions don't have emotions or can't be trained, so it's very, very difficult. It's going to be a handcuff escape, and I'm going to have my wrists handcuffed and a scorpion in each hand. And that's just to prove that I don't have a key hidden anywhere, I can't grab a key, get out of the locks, and I'm going to escape from the handcuffs. No, don't let him up by my finger like that.
Back up, dude. Back up, dude.
Even though these scorpions aren't poisonous, their sting really smarts.
Just not cooperating. That scorpion is a little bit bigger than that scorpion,
right.
So trying to protect them so they don't fall onto the ground, I'm having a hard time cupping him so that I don't hurt him. I don't want to smush him, and I don't want to get stung. So
we're going to need smaller scorpions if we're going to achieve this trick.
Yeah. I think I'll have the scorpion thing down in another month if I just keep rehearsing it. It should be good.
Or the other side of that is you could spend a month working on it and it'll go nowhere and it's just wasted time.
That happens too a lot.
That's part of performing though.
Another problem is that the animals aren't always ready for showtime. For instance, the snakes get 4 days off after they eat because they take that long to digest their food. So like many magicians, the Augusts use understudies.
If we notice right away that they're upset when we take them out of the cages, we just leave them alone and take a different one, which is why we do keep so many snakes on hand. We'll just go on to the next snake.
I've tried to combine the magic and juggling. It's two different arts, two totally separate disciplines, but by combining them both, it's kind of given me a little bit of edge to my show. I do a stunt in my show, which has had me on David Letterman, it's had me on The Most Awesome Acts on Earth. I've traveled the world doing this one stunt. And it's a trick where you balance a burning barbecue grill on your face.
Don't forget, Steve is a trained professional. Don't try this at home, or anywhere else for that matter.
And when I was performing it, another magician came up with an idea of you should make an animal appear out of it. And I thought, well, all right, what animal would be cool? Everybody's doing birds, everybody's doing this. And so came up with the idea of my pet snake. So we put the pet snake in there, and it was just, that's what it needed. It needed a good ending, because a trick has to have a beginning, a middle, and an end.
Every day, every performance, every illusion holds its own surprises for magicians who work with animals. We have to expect the unexpected and keep working to understand these creatures that can't talk and don't always want to listen.
I think one big secret to animal magic that people maybe don't realize you have to have, and that's patience. These animals are our pets, and they need a lot of patience to be trained because we deal mostly with reptiles and some of the creepy crawlies.
Everybody says the unwanted ones are, difficult to work with. Even though they were unwanted, I got them to turn around, and they are happy, loving, wonderful pets. They're great performing animals, and they're doing a wonderful job now. They're entertaining thousands of people. Even the most unwanted animal with a lot of loving attention and the proper care can come around.